Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to take the Street Showdown for a rerun as of today's live summit event in the Crew 2. Over 1 year ago, since 2023 on August 9 to the 16th, we did a lot of fun out there to have a series of street race, drift, drag, and hypercar discipline to go for the 6 events, including with the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 GSR Float Edition has now been well available as a temporary vehicle for a limited time as a premium reward, along with the 3 skills to have a 2 land base in Slalom and 1 for the water in buoy smashing. But this is going to be a very good time moment to be on the main date available on January 29 and February 5th. Better be ready folks, and get set to have a good score breaker by 3 of them and 6 to have a nitro image for each part of the land based on street race, hypercar, drift, and dragster discipline. We'll have to go racing up and turning up the streets. Competition and the contest will always have to continue on to have a good round as a main current season for the rerun. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's begin and ready to go for today's live summit event. Downhill is done and going well improvement to have a placement in 611th place by 1,323,645 points. Very good, and extra earnings to have some exterior parts on the go for the Koenigsegg Agera R, followed by with a neon yellow tire and Lancia Delta S Sport to be already owned and acquired for the new players. And plus to have 150,000 followers to go rack up and keep moving on forward to take the first week of February because of week number 5. But looks like Into the Storm Best Up is about to be ready to enter as a rerun by coming soon after Night Shift has now revealed on the date schedule by February 19 to the 26th. So let's get down and do some warm up to have 2 skills on land base and 1 for the buoy smashing in the water. Time to go on the track, and let's go to Little Eagle to get myself prepared to have a nice Ferrari 488 GT3 since Brawn vs Beauty to have a nice kind of a livery hell of a burst variation of Ferrasica Mayday. I know what to do, just have to go quick automatically and take place to be in early morning. So it's up right now, then enter the gate, bring out the good pink style vanity to go racing up on the line. Just have to go there and rack up the good score breaker to have a good double check and make it much more improved to have a good effort to be racked up by over 20,000 points. Just have to get down and keep a good temporarily boosted on the line. There we go. Just slow down, and here comes the chicane. Alternative and go smooth up to be sliding around and directionally to go last one. And there we go. 36,841 points is good check and rearing up to go on skill number 2 to be on a speed trap. Just calling out Mayday and first skill to be racked up by 155,595 points. So it's all done for touring car class is on the pro racing category. Drag race will be heading up to downtown Detroit. Perfect time and go for the dragster hatchback vehicle to grab a Ford Focus RS 2010. I know the same spot. Gonna have to be ready and be prepared to have a good smooth pace up to be on the main starting line position to go right over onto the side of the parking lot. That should do well and make one good quick pit stop to be having a good nitro chemist will be at the ready. Going on drag race and have a good filters to be labeled on the nitro icon. Still very good to have a nice Year of the Snake variation temporary style on the Ford Focus RS 2010 Drag Race Edition. But you know the per level, going max out in 400 and bring out to have a good over 4,000 horsepower will feel the speed and give a good traditional for having a Lunar New Year. Just wait for the burn check and go for the green. Now's the time, and gonna have to keep a good clear the path. Alright, Ganshi Patai, and stop at 350.9 miles. Let's see the results, and gonna have to go by having a new placement record. There it is, and 115,076 points. That's 2 skills on the land base. Now, gonna have to go prefer to have a nice ordinary drag run without using any kinds of solutions. Is gonna be quite going underestimate. But I don't know how the other players just had to be using on the air race discipline when taking part in Speed Trap. But it might be turns out to be quite giving us unexpected surprise. Well, I'm always have to go dragster only just to have a good ordinary fashion to go rack up by over 100,000 points. But in the meantime, Grand Canyon will be going on the water to be in the 3rd skill. This will have to take a few more moments and just have to be auto switch vehicle to have a Proto Offshore Mark II will have to be ready up to go on the large river. Let's see how it goes, and smashing up some green buoys besides using the powerboat yacht. It's gonna get a little bit more partial warm up out there. I know the line, and the difference is to be keeping a well careful on the red buoys. Handling to go around. Just have to go clear and make it more maintain the pace. Just yet to be doing a different powerboat besides 2 yachts. Now this will have to take one last strike. And there we go, by 35,729 points, and that should do very well to go rack up by attempt 1. Wait for the 3rd results, and going set sail on the rivers of the Grand Canyon. So that's 155,516 points, and this will have to go green light for go for having 6 events with street race, drag race, drift, and hypercars. I'll have to start out and go for the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 High Octane Edition in San Francisco commute. But more importantly, still have a good Too Fast Too Furious Liberty variation to have a nice same style on the High Octane Edition for the R34 Skyline. Got to be sure to have a good reminder, always have to bring a nitro chemist before the start of the event to have some few events with no restriction only. Let's get it on and be prepared to be on a daytime condition in San Francisco to have a 2-lap challenge in the commute. More importantly, to have a best ever out there to have a good nitro advantage to go for the jump, and momentarily to have a good skills on the handling to go all in to be on the lineup in order to have 2 events on street race, the other 2 for drift discipline, 1 for drag race, and 1 for the hypercar discipline. But I'll have to get down to it and do the lineup in progress in about 3 seconds to have a good 2-lap challenge. Here I go, and let's bring out the nitro to go overtake at the right side of the road. Okay, perfect well, and first checkpoint coming in to be in a steep downhill before going on the hill climb. Just the only right kind of a car to be labeled by a vehicle restriction, and go all in to have a nice nitro to be packed up by extended with a chemist. So it's going to be at 5.1 seconds, and just have to go on the left side on the road to follow the direction and follow the line. Just might have to keep save a plenty amount of nitro later on until the jump. We'll have to save it for the keep. Alright, good handling, and almost by 10 seconds am I at in 9.4. Okay, confirm on checkpoint. And here comes the full capacity. Now all I have to do is gonna have to go tap up and save it to be on the full capacity to have that jump coming right in. Oh yeah, smack that butt and give a touchdown. Just like doing a good jump from Miami, and better yet, in the Crew 2, racing in San Francisco to have a good best ramp of the jump. So first lap is going closer towards the end, and progression to be stopped at 47% until reach it into 50. Okay, there you go. First lap take by 1 minute and 41 seconds. Now I'll have to go keep up the improvement and go rack up to have a thrill of running effort. Just have to pass by onto this area session to go right. Wait until the nitro chemist to go using up on the boost. Maintain handling on the grip. That's more like it. 27.927 seconds until reaching up into 30-second gap. Alright, very good handling drift, and half gauges is fully well complete until reaching up back to 100. That should do well by 31 seconds, and here comes a good placement on 80% to bring out a good run. Time for a new record airborne. Alright, that's more like it, and made it into 3 minutes. Okay, going back up by having a clear checkpoint and mark another one. 39.543 seconds and final turn to go final stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, and good first position by 3 minutes, 21.446 seconds. 200,000 followers earned as a prize and rack up the good effort by 121,530 points. Excellent and good for 3 common and 1 epic part received. That should do very well, and street race number 2 to go labeled by a no restriction only will be coming up and proceed as well. Much good to have the Dodge Viper SRT GTS Drag Race Edition and Chevy Corvette C7 CR1 convertible reserved on race number 6 later on. Got to go for a different vehicle to have a nice nitro chemist that I never used before for a very long time. But how about I'll head aside and go for the 2012 Aston Martin Vanquish with my UDRS Inspirtech livery to go style in street racing to have a per level in 280. Bring out to have 1045 horsepower and the top speed 226 miles per hour. So talk about having a good luxury sports car to take the streets and go to San Bernardino Mountains. We'll have to go for a sprint course after San Francisco commute for the high octane edition in the Nissan Skyline GTR R34.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go Euro style street racing. Gonna have to go right side and boost it in the lead that I never used the Vanquish before since the full walkthrough. Very yet apparently to have a good wide common European style of the UDRS Inspirtech to have a good placement challenge of the Team Summon. This will have to get down to have a hill climb and go handling respond carefully to have a proper communication. 5.9 seconds on the gap and go for the next 2 checkpoints before the hill climb on the hairpin is going to be steeper. Going well outmatched, and handling is more important to have the hairpins to go climbing up in the hill. Almost by 10 seconds and corrected by 9.4 seconds. It's going to decrease. Now I'll have to do a clean turn and keep a good clean racing line on the route. So I totally got this one, as we just already did from the previous Team Summon that related to the same location around in San Bernardino Mountains. Going up on the 5th gear and pass through the checkpoint. Make it much more cute on the handling drift to be on the power slide. Alright, that should do very well to be almost on the halfway mark. Made it to the top within a few more distance. Just have to keep it nice and tight and steady up to have a good luxury style of an F-Bar sports car. Okay, made it on top to be at 50%. 17.7 seconds behind the gap away from 7 European opponents. Still good, and always had to go modern or classic is a way of modern nostalgia. Okay, so here comes the downhill. This was to go quicker, improve, without avoid any smashing up objects on the street poles. Just have to go to the canopy tree area session and pass it through on the main route to have a good nitro is rearing up and go. Got to go proceed with exercise caution. Going improve and make it much more faster and stronger. Alright, that's good. It's going to be at in 22.9 seconds into 23. Okay, rounded hairpin is going on the lap. Okay, outstanding handling turn when reflex to go faster. That should do very well, and here comes a good clear opening before take the highway onto the next area. Exiting the road and enter to the Avenue Highway. Finish line in sight. Now let's bring it home to the bank, which is going placement on the record. So that's 3 minutes, 13.720 seconds. Legendary bundle earned for the street race discipline, and tally up the results to go correctly at 111,172 points. Perfect, beautiful, and style of luxury has a good placement in part 2 street race discipline, as race number 2 is now been checked and cleared before moving on to take the next 2 events in drift discipline. But quick decision and go to have a good drift special at the USB Tour West Edition at Las Vegas. But talk about having a one-way destination ticket to go there to have a good placement to be moving up north. But drift discipline will have to get yourself prepared and be prepared to be specifically if you're about to go Japanese, American, or European style to have a nice outfitted with the Nitro Chemist. We'll always have to do the usual way and make it much more temporary as a couple event. So choose wisely, folks. This is all about to go speed, drifting, and masterful on the handling, but other objects may be varied, so I'll have to do my best and be prepared to have a nice recommend roll card to have a nice Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 GSR Float Edition, Drip Edition 1999. Just like the same as ever to be an original default per level and 240, 915 horsepower and top speed, 193 miles per hour to give a good semi-expert when drifting on the turns. But instead, only one drift car can easily to be well matched and proven to see how faster can it get without doing a lot of skills of drifting.
3.
Then let's point out and go for a 3-second countdown to have a 2-lap time attack and beat the main correct objective to go by 2 minutes and 43 seconds. This could get aggro, so keep it in mind. Okay, just watch the good line to be handful and go steady up to go proven on the reflex. If you're about to be having trouble, just use the nitro when you're about to go exit on straightaways. There will be much more ways, and there might be some other problems that you have to keep it much more careful to lose your best advantage to go up by 100,000 points. Okay, very good enough, and take the jump. Just have to go hop in and go by quicker through on shortcuts if you're about to go quick up by the improvement. It's going to be crazy out there to have one drip edition in a 2-lap time attack. And there's going to be having a sharp turn to make it as a hairpin. Just go there and proceed to the final lap. Very tough start, but it takes a natural way to have some differences to go faster between a street race or a drift discipline by handling comparison. Characterized to have a good skill of the drift to rack up with some chain combo, and for street race, just to be doing a different ways and doing a good role of a time attacker to see it's going to be doing well to be indeed. So checkpoint is already clear, now passing through to the hangar. Just almost there, and have a good airborne jump on the touchdown to have a good wide open drifting turns to go skid up and go switch up to be on a straight way. Now for the final stretch, it's going to be under 2 minutes and go correctly to have the final one to take the finish line. So that's 2 minutes, 1.571 seconds. Let's see the results and give that outcome to be well placed and make it like 123,944 points. That's very good, and one prize earning has received. So that will be doing well to have a full per level to go max out on the float edition on this Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6. But however, going over to be at Dominion Forceburg number 6 will take the force vehicle to be labeled by a default per level to go by normal and average without using on the hothead and do some other affixes to go max out on the main combo. So better be ready, folks. It's about to go drifting old-fashioned to have a nice stage of reintroduction. But perhaps the Nitro Chemist is still placed up to be remain to be right back on the default per level at 150 and 587 horsepower with a top speed of 162 miles per hour. Then let's get back to do some rad drifting routes and go for the same course as we just already did by the original theme event. 3 seconds, and here comes the good all-wheel drive drifting to be action. But I'll have to go warming up the tires and do the skid of drifting. Talk about doing some measured warm-up that I just really enjoyed for having a first hands-on impression. Okay, very good on the nitro. Now gonna have to go clip up to have a good placement nearby the apex, going inside or outside whenever you like to have a good comfort position. Okay, times 50 combo is well done. Got to go tear up the track on the streets and going drifting in action. Now here comes the final corner in about over a minute left. Lap 2 is going partially to do some overtime session to be stopped at 75 combo. Times them out and keep up the good chain combo to go for the element of boost. It's only down to a minute left. Keep going. I still get the hang of it to have a good potential of an all-wheel drive JDM well-modified Land Evo 6. Oh yeah, now kick it to 11. Just have to go improvise to have a good roll of Simulation X. Now here comes the overtime lap. It's only down to 18 seconds left. That should do very well and keep it up tight to have a good half placement by over 50%. Just watch out the barrier and don't lose that best effort before the time runs out. Alright, looks like it's doing well and perfectly to be on the right time event by receiving a point by 271,875 points. That's more like it. 139,915 points is going quite good basic up on the old-fashioned drifter to see a nice float addition in the Land Evo 6. So that's 2 street race event check. 2 drift events is now going checked by the normal, by a force vehicle, and a combo event. Okay, it's only down to 23 hours left and we still have time before at the end of the current rerun event in Street Showdown. But penultimate event and go drag race only to grab a Dodge Viper SRT GTS will be going to Bonneville at Las Vegas at the outskirts. Perfect time moment and same as ever, just like I just did from the WIP session to go with a nice Viper Red and max per level to go in 400 that contains with 4,641 horsepower with a top speed 343 miles per hour to get a good center control on the handling. Got to be prepared myself. 3 runs and 1 good fast dragster Viper will have to take 3 seconds until going on patient to have a good burn check and then the momentarily to have a good perfection on the gear shift. Here comes the first run. Kind of keep it up and have the green gauge on the zone. Just wait for it. 1 second is all done, and here comes the 3-second countdown to go green. Alright, perfect enough, and go straight to the finish line to have a first run by a jump. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy to have a nice airborne out there to have a pack of trucks. Alright, that's very good by 0.022 seconds and 13.585 seconds. Gear shift is good and top speed is 395 miles per hour. Time to go run 2, and same as ever, I really had to do this again just like I just already did for my free time session. Okay, good enough on the green zone, and perfect burn. Perfect start. And make it like going by 3 times of good and 3 times of perfect. By the chance and any means necessarily. Okay, it's gonna be good enough to be stopped by almost 14 seconds, and give it the results. 14.08 seconds. Gear shift good and almost 400 miles per hour. Last run, and Hypercar will be waiting up on number 6 later on. Come on, I can do this. Just make that green zone to be stay on the gauge, and good enough. Here goes. Good start. Rack up a good gear shift, and make it 1 time good and 3 times perfect. Yeah, now that would be a good quickest way to be airborne and faster out in a good dragster style. But close enough, and very yet apparently to have the 3rd final run is very good enough to have my first run record by 13.584 seconds. Legendary bundle earned for drag race discipline, and good tally of the points by 129,199 points. That's more like it. Piece of cake, and turns out very well to have drag race as number 5 penultimate before Hypercar will take the final race in number 6 to go finishing up in Street Showdown. Grab the Corvette C7CR1 convertible, and it's up to Las Vegas. Going to Vegas as the event, and perfect moment to have my UDRS Inspirtech livery to go for the same style to be outfit to have a nice kind of a vanity to go in blue, and time of condition to go in dusk. But momentarily to have a good pro level to be stationed at 320 to bring out in 1168 horsepower in a top speed of 279 miles per hour. Handling level to go for a bit semi-expert, which is very good, and the practice before Into the Storm best up to have the final call will have to get down to have a rerun coming soon by having 4 events left to go. So I had to be ready, get set, and go grid start to have a 3-second countdown. We'll have to be faster up and bring out a good speed by over 250 miles per hour. Let's do this and bring out a good pulse of the nitro to feel the electric. So I totally got this one, and that brings out to have a good natural moment to go up in the high gear in the 8-speed transmission. Just have to keep it maintain the pace and stay by a range of 250 miles per hour before getting into Barstow. The main road will have to go in, and the right turn to go by the forward direction in the arrows. Okay, checkpoint clear, and here comes the training ground. We'll be going up and go straight to be entered in the town. So I had to do my best and keep up the practice. We'll have to get it right to have the upcoming Rerun theme summon after Motorflix Season 7 in the first episode from Into the Storm. Just only street race only, and one for the Hypercar discipline is going well faster up in the high gear. Just might need to be patient and have the full nitro capacity to go by maximum. Alright, just keep it calm and keep up the good racing focus to go by improvement, and save it for the best shortcut to get to the roundabout. But don't go slow down, just like the Ferrari F12 TDF for my free time, and better yet as a challenger to go focusing up as usual. So next town over here to go full straight by the quarter mile. Just have to stay in the street, go by proper warm-up to be on the left side of the direction to go crossing through on jumping up buildings where some police cars are about to go on roadblock. Okay, there we go. Just go faster up and keep a good short period nitro to go crossing the rail by crossing the checkpoint. Okay, good respawn handling to go clear without contacting the guardrail. Find a line and stay in the highway for the open road. From street race to hypercar, every requirement is all about the key of success that you're about to get yourself to become as a rookie, becoming as an icon. But we still are as an icon, but you guys really had to go all in to have some favorite vehicles, especially to have some eligible to be on the main list and go by a vehicle restriction. So here comes the roundabout. Gonna take that quick shortcut and go clear proceed before arrive in Las Vegas. Okay, gonna go slow down and take the right side of the road, just like driving in America. Come on. My C7 Corvette CR1 convertible is becoming very well and well-built designed to be on the open road. And the track itself, which is very more exactly to have a convertible variant just like the hardtop coupe. Okay, on second thought, that might need to go importantly to have a good clear performed turn. Just might need to keep going, no turning back now. I'm always all about to do some practice to get it right and go by achieving with 100,000 points. Talk about having one slight distraction without being interrupted. Okay, final stretch and give the final boost. We'll be at the strip. And there we go. 4 minutes, 2.589 seconds, and made it on time for the arrival before reaching up by the end of the current Dean Summit. So there you go. 111,183 points is going to check, receive, and earning up to have a followers to go additional. Folks, it's all done and Street Showdown is finally complete. Just in time to be in the right platinum at 1,333rd place in the 1,263,136 points. So what do you guys think? All 6 events to have 1 hypercar, drag race, along with 2 types events with street race and drift discipline. My kind of best favorite is the Corvette C7 CR1 convertible in going to Vegas, which is very good, and go faster to take the highway is going to have to go crossing through onto the runabout, along with the drift discipline to be take part in the US Speed Tour West Edition in Las Vegas, and Dominion Forsberg number 6 to have the same vehicle when using the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 GSR Float Edition. But after all, other 2 events on no restriction and the high octane edition for the Nissan Skyline GTR, which is very good to be taking the 2-lap challenge at San Francisco, and for the sprint race when using the Aston Martin Vanquish at San Bernardino Mountains. For the Dodge Viper SRT GTS at Bonneville when taking 3 runs by having a good airborne jump by using a lot of nitro to go up, clear, and take the finish line to see how fast they're going to go. Along with 3 skills to have the slalom and speed trap for the land base, just perfect to go for only 1 touring car in the track, 1 drag race vehicle on the Ford Focus RS Drag Race Edition, and buoy smashing at Grand Canyon is very perfectly if you're about to be preferred to go with 2 types on the powerboat yacht. So I'll have to wait and go by improvement just like last week before moving on, and the player's choice will be coming up by the first week in February on the 5th through the 12th. 6 events and go by decision will be taking on to have a good 3 vehicle restriction along with the other 3 with 2 street race and touring car discipline to go for the combo event. Aerobatics, slalom, and buoy smashing. Just perfect to have some differences to go for the usual to be in the land, sea, and air altogether. But probably the roster is going random to have more events and skills will be ready to go continue on until V for Valentine is on the 12th to the 19th February, along with Night Shift on February 19th to the 26th. But here it is, guys. Night Shift Smoke is now revealed on the Platinum by having a reward category, followed by with a Ferrari 458 Spectacle Drip Edition, and the Legacy tire is now well placed up on the Silver for the Epic Vanity. Since January is already done, now we have already entered in February by 1 month down and 11 more to go in 2025. Let's get ready to move on and wrap it up before at the end of the video, folks. So I'll have to come back and get my rank to go update and improve by under top 1000 when entered in the Platinum category. But more practice, more improvement, and then the next Steam Summit rerun will have to take the focus and the player's choice. Thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Dividend Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone. Will join to get access for price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many features to support the channel. It's the best way to help out with the super thanks as an extra, will support and grow. I'll be see you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again at the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.